let's try this again. I think I remember the mechanics for this. Let's see. Let's see if I remember what to do. I wish I could scroll out more. I forgot how good the music is. Oh! I was a little late. Damn it. Okay here. Just in case I'm not. Oh wait. Oh, that's my line in the chat. Okay. You got this. You totally got this. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, the music is really good. Ah! Okay. I like all the little emojis. Those are cute. Alright. Oh god. I'm not doing very good. I feel a little rusty. Great. I appreciate it. I'm actually doing pretty good for feeling a little rusty. More thingies to do? Oh, there we are. I kill these before we self-destruct. Or before it self-destructs, I guess. Ah! Tidal wave! He's gonna shoot something at me. Ah! Move faster! That was dumb. That was dumb. Big dumb. Big dumb. So good. I think it gets a little more difficult after this, though. That hurt. Okay. I guess we'll just get out of the way of the orbs. Right? That's got a long cast time. Is he just Anky? Oh, no, I see the cast time now. Am I supposed to have him defeated by now? Oh, gosh. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. We're DPSing so hard! Oh, okay. Damn it. I don't think we're gonna do it. This is where I always end up getting stuck. Okay, so I'm using that mode often. Okay. It's just, that mode sucks. I feel like that mode's not very beneficial. But I guess we have to do it. Hey Tal, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How are you? I saw you come in the chat, but I wasn't focused. But hi, welcome. How you doing? Alright, this time we got it. Alright. We're gonna just go like all in. Let's go! Boom, 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 boom! Bing, bang, bong! Bing, bang, bong! It's gonna be... Big, big attack! Perfect! Big. Boom! Okay, we've already gotten down to like 70%, so I think we're on track this time. that still hit. That still hit. Facing the wrong way! No! What? Oh, I had the wrong target selected. This. How is that interrupted? Thank you so much for reading donations, cupcake. What kind of cupcakes we having tonight, y'all? I actually ended up having a milkshake from Chick-fil-A today. Not a cupcake, but you know, I still had some sweets. How's it going over the street? How are you? Thank you so much for a deep and daily cupcake too! Okay, here we go. This is where I always end up messing up. Alright, let's knock these guys out. Should have that. You're not dead yet? I'm like mashing buttons at this point. I've become a button masher in this game. like this pyramid. It's so fun to spin around in. Bro, hurry up! Let me kill you! Look at that, we almost got him. We almost got him. Oh shit! The thing, god damn it! The thing does not pop up at all. Fuck, he's at 10%! No! We got this! We got this! Woo! We did it! We did it! We did it! Let's go. Barely! Barely! I didn't see the DPS check bar going again. We did it. We killed a kid. Rip. Well, I guess I should say we defeated. Target has been silenced. That damn squid never stood a chance. Yeah! It only took us like, what, 10 tries? Now that the immediate threat has been dealt with, we should gather what information we can in the Turncliff. Barely is better than failure. True that. I like the way you think. No, honestly, Tal saved the day by saying I think this is the DPS check because I completely forgot that it was. Okay. You did well to pilot the G-Warrior so adeptly in so short a time. Yeah, that was real short of time. Thanks. And with the weapon largely intact, Sid and his researchers should be able to gather a wealth of valuable information. Before it is dismantled, perhaps we should take one last look upon our fallen foe. I like this little eating area. That was nice. That's crazy looking. Oh no, an echo. We should have known Father and his friends would track us down sooner or later. Now they're at our doorstep, and the sapphire weapon still isn't ready. Even so, it should still be able to fend them off, or at least buy some time. Not quite how I imagined it, but this seems as good a way to die as any. Rex, Rykon? Why are you still here? You're supposed to be moving the other weapons to a safe location. Rykon, more like Decepticon. You can take care of that while I pilot the sapphire weapon. What are you talking about? I'm the pilot, not you. There's no need to put your life on the line. Besides, it's still incomplete. It can barely perform basic maneuvers, so it'll be practically useless in a real fight. We have a solution. Oversoul. You want to end up like Melisandria? This is like a recent conversation. No, of course not. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. They're wearing PvP glams? That's cool. I did not know that. But she didn't give her life in vain. The ruby weapon left behind data that's been used to improve the system, to prevent any further malfunctions. What difference does that make? Our oversoul is activated and the pilot fuses with the core. There's no way back. Why I should be the one to pilot the sapphire weapon, not you, Rex. Afons needs you. You and I both know I'm the least qualified pilot we have. There's less to lose if I don't make it back. No, I won't let you. Please, Rex, hear me out. Ever since we were children, I was the smallest, the weakest, too afraid to stand up for myself. But I had the best brothers and sisters a boy could wish for. Always there for me, protected me. This dude looks like intimidating, and he's over here like, I'm small and I'm weak, and I'm like, you're literally taller than the dude you're talking to. And he looks very intimidating. Now it's my turn to protect you. Take the other weapons and get out of here. See this through to the end. So, I have a feeling this other dude, Rex, is gonna be like final boss. Do it for me. For Melisandre. I'm counting on you, Rex. Always did have a stubborn streak. Alright, Raikon. I won't let you down. Just promise you'll wait for me. On the other side. Meet again, brother. By the way, guys, if you're just now joining the stream, we have 2 new channel point redemptions. Feel free to go check that out. Y'all made me happier than I had any right to be. And now, I finally found my purpose. I have no regrets. Come on, Sapphire. We may be far... I feel like my sister read this book as a kid. It was like a series on like fairies or something. And like the fairies were all named after gemstones, and so when I hear like him say like, come on, Sapphire, I feel like I'm reading that book that my sister read, but like I used to read the book to her, I guess. I feel like I'm reading that book to you guys instead of her. Like a fairy book. I can't take it seriously. Alright, come on, Sapphire. We may be far from perfect, but we have a job to do. Let's give Father something to remember us by. No regrets. Echo, I presume. What did it reveal to you? Raikon. A boy. Braver than most could ever hope to be. As we feared. Sorry, Gaius. Damn. First Melisandre, now Raikon? We must find the remaining weapons and end this madness. Tell me, what do you make of Gaius Balsar? I understand the two of you have been acquainted since his days as the Black Wolf. He claims to have shed his pelt when he took up the hunt for Ascians, but he's still the same man deep down. He certainly kept quiet about having a flock of foster children back in the Empire, though. It seems he would rather bare his teeth to his former masters than allow harm to come to them. Yet, try as I might, I cannot make sense of it. Does he truly fight for the good of mankind, as he would have all us believe, or is he merely biding his time before he reveals his true colors? See, I was kind of wondering that too. Like, in the back of my mind, I'm just like, is he just playing nice and, like, to get what he wants? Is he, like, as dirty as, like, an Emmett Selk? But I also want to believe that Gaius truly has changed, but I don't know, like, am I just being naive for wanting to see the good in people? Like, I thought Yotsuyu would be, like, good. Like, I thought she would turn good, and she didn't. She didn't. So, of course, you have, like, her sadistic brother to blame for that, too. But still, you know, I thought it was gonna be, like, another Ice Heart, another Ferdola situation, and Yotsuyu did not end up being a good person. I don't know. I feel a little naive putting like full trust into Gaius, but I want to trust him. I don't know. Yeah, this is a really neat zone. I like it. Whatever the answer may be, in the end, he will always be a Garlean. And though there may be honorable men and women among them, I have suffered much and more as a result of their conquests. Barbaric campaigns in which Gaius Belsar played no small part. Not everyone can be saved. That makes me sad. No. It is true, though. But I want to save everybody. My first encounter with the Garleans was 20 years ago, shortly after the fall of Alamigo. They continued their march into the lands that had long become home to the Dusk Whites. We sought to repel the invaders, but we were woefully unprepared. Our bows and arrows were no match for their magitech, and even our most powerful magics did little to slow their advance. I fought on the front line, but was knocked unconscious in the opening exchange. When I came to, I was alone. The rest of my units slaughtered. I hurried back to my village to look for my wife and daughter, only to find the place deserted. Oh, that's... It was in this zone right here that I decided to randomly pick up a side quest one day and learned all about the Black Rose before the game even talked to us about Black Rose. So I thought that was cool. I like this zone because of that. My search lasted for days and weeks, months, and it seemed they had disappeared without a trace. I finally learned of 2 Imperials held at Bittermill at the villagers. That the villagers had been captured and used as test subjects for the poison gas that would later be known as Black Rose. Dun dun dun. Yeah, so it was in this zone over here where I picked up that quest. It was a really interesting quest too. It gives you like a whole backstory on Black Rose. They were never seen again. For 20 long years, I roamed aimlessly, with nothing but hatred to keep me alive. I eventually found myself at the Order of the Twin Adler, who offered me a place among their ranks. The desire for revenge was the only thing I had left, so without a moment's hesitation, I accepted. Were it not for the war with Garlemald, I would have been loath to work alongside the city-dwelling Gridanians who, for so long, had treated my kind as outcasts, but none of that mattered anymore. It all culminated with Operation Archon. As you led the charge into the Praetorium, we were right behind you. When the place came crumbling down, most of us were caught in the rubble. I escaped with my life, though many others were less fortunate. Having dragged myself free from the rubble, I sought a way out. It was then that I encountered none other than Gaius Belsar, on the verge of death. Gods had delivered to me the man whose conquest had robbed me of everything. I was poised, ready to exact my revenge. Then he spoke. I will not beg for mercy. I only ask that you stay your hand a while longer. Not die until I have rid the world of the Ascian menace. For millennia, mankind has danced in their tune, but no more. Then, once we are finally free, my life is yours for the taking. So, like, if we got rid of Elidibus, if we get rid of Fandaniel, then what? Like, I know that there's still Ascians we haven't met yet. Wait a second! What if Gaius finds out that we, like, the Warrior of Light, like, our character was created by an Ascian? Is he gonna try to come for us? No, once we are finally free, my life is yours for the taking. I would have struck him down there and then had I not sensed truth in his words. So I decided to grant him a stay of execution and join him on his hunt. All this time, I've kept a close eye on Gaius. Though he is ever on the watch for pursuers, he has granted me ample opportunity to slay him if I so choose. I still might, if he shows even the slightest sign of betraying our agreement. But for now, the Asians are my chosen quarry. If they are indeed the ones pulling the Empire's strings, then it shall not end until they have been eradicated, every last one. Though I could not save my kin, there are those who may yet be separated by horrors of war. Fortunately, dealing with the Asians will have to wait until we have brought an end to Grellermold's weapon project. I don't know about that. I mean, the Asians, Fandaniel, they erected these transmitters all around everywhere. I think we're gonna be in a pickle again, where we're needed in like multiple places at one time. We just can't be everywhere all at once. Though we may have vanquished 2 of the new weapons, we must make every effort to prepare for whatever the Garleans throw at us next. Perhaps Severa can tell us whether the Ironworks engineers have uncovered any information of note. You could try coming for the Warrior of Light. I mean, yeah, he could try. Like, come on. With... Is it Severa or Severa? Severa? I'll give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna turn on my feet. It's a little stuffy in my room. Okay. Absolutely. Alright, what does Gaius have to say? Nothing. And a very little words. I'd rather you didn't share what we discussed with my traveling companions. It only complicate matters. Oh, I'm gonna be a blabbermouth. You just wait and see. The Ironwork engineers are still at work dismantling the Sapphire weapon and investigating the Turncliffe Magitech facility. Though they have yet to make their reports, they have some news to share with this juncture. Please, wait here a moment. We've yet to finish our investigation, but I can give you a preliminary report. Were you able to recover anything of note? Before abandoning the facility, they attempted to destroy anything they couldn't take with them, including many of their research materials. Luckily, some information relating to the Sapphire weapon's combat data was intact. Judging by what we saw during the battle, it was extracted from Regula Van Hydrus, correct? It also appears that the Sapphire weapon was actually in an incomplete state and therefore unable to perform at full capacity. Even so, it was immensely powerful. Had they been given the chance to finish it before we'd arrive, who knows how it would have ended. Indeed, we may not be so fortunate next time, so we must prepare for the worst. The Ironworks will continue to investigate the Sapphire weapon and look into possible countermeasures. The Echo afforded you a glimpse into a conversation between Rykon and Rex prior to weapons deployment. Do you remember any other details? No, my glam be looking so good. I love it. Like, this is like my favorite shade of green. I love this green so much. It looks so good with my white hair. Improvements were made to the synthetic arsite system to prevent malfunctions. Then it was never their intent to create a manifestation of Nail Vandarness. But there's one thing that was intended. Maybe not. I just really wanted to say that. Oversoul. Its activation results in the pilot being absorbed by the core, killing them in the process. Rex and Rykon were fully aware of this, were they not? Yes. Yes, they were. The death of the pilot was by design all along. Everything is always by design in this game. Of current purple? Wait, what's current? Wait, what does current mean? Current? A small dried fruit made from a seedless variety of grape originally grown in the eastern Mediterranean region, now widely produced in California. The more you know. It's a dark purple. Okay. It's a dried fruit, but a deep purple. I like it. That reminds me of yesterday when I was playing Oxenfree 2, and Catlord was in chat and he was saying, are there Doritos in the sky again? And I was like, as a matter of fact, yes. So we went to this lookout tower and you could see Edward's Island with a Dorito over it, and I was like, smoke on the water, Doritos in the sky. Do we have any Deep Purple fans in chat? I'm just curious. Okay. Then the death of the pilot was all by design all along. Alphonse, how could you? Sacrificing your own siblings to fuel these accursed war machines. Sounds a bit selfish. Surely there is no cause worth paying such a price. What if he needed his siblings gone so he could execute Black Rose? Aye, nothing is more precious than... Nightmare is far from over. It appears that Rex has fled with the remaining weapons, and we can assume that Alphonse has every intent of sending them into battle. We must find a way to disable them before Oversoul can be activated. I have seen enough death. I do not wish to see any more. There is no time to waste. Let's be about it, guys. Severa, you're in charge here. Keep Sid and his team safe while they carry out the investigation. Understood. Please see that no harm comes to Gaius. While we're gone, I need you to relay everything to the resistance troops. A first-hand account should prove useful. If there are any developments, we'll be sure to contact you. No. I was like, was I already in the area? But no. I keep wanting to say Black Rose on a tombstone because there's a song by this band called Kara Gangren, but it's called Black Crow on a tombstone, but I really want to replace Crow with Rose and just start singing the song. If you're in the mood for some black metal that involves the dark sides of fairy tales, I highly suggest you go check out Black Crow on a Tombstone by Kara Gangren. If you need me to spell that, let me know. Welcome back. It sounds like you've been on quite the journey, all the way from Turncliffe. And judging by the fact you made it here in one piece, I trust everything went according to plan. What an astonishing account. I wouldn't mind putting the G-Warrior through its paces myself. A lot more stimulating than supervising this rabble, I'd imagine. Anyways, as before, I'll compile the information into a report and leave it over there for your perusal, should you feel so inclined. If we hear anything from headquarters, we'll be sure to pass it on. Oh, what is this? Sapphire weapon bust. Tabletop. Oh, that's cool. Meanwhile, in the 7th Legion's Werlyt headquarters. Wow, look at this guy over here showing off doing push-ups with one hand. I bet y'all can't do that, chat. I have come to deliver my report, Lord Valens. Hey, who's Lord Valens? Ricky Valens? This is the first time they've added any sort of detail to somebody. Like, he's actually sweating. Ah, so you've returned, young Alfred. Or was it Alwick? Wow! Wow! You know you're an asshole leader when you cannot remember your subjects' names. Like, the people that serve you, if you can't remember their names, you know you're an asshole leader. Hey, Trevin, how's it going? How are you? Not that it really matters, of course. I hear you and your darling brothers and sisters have allowed the sapphire weapon to fall into the hands of the enemy. Do tell me it isn't so. Well, I'm afraid that is the case, Lord Valens. Oh, come now. No need to be so solid. As they say, to err is human, to forgive divine. And you know how forgiving I can be, when it suits me. Oh, is he gonna drink some chalky milk? Fine too. So, tell me, whatever your name is, who was able to best the sapphire weapon? Our sources state that one unknown. Once again, our sources state that the one known as the Warrior of Light was assisted by Sid Garland and Gaius van Belsar. Well. Oh, kinda close. Gaius. Yes. Seems he's been quite the troublemaker of late. Defecting from Garlemald, assassinating the Emperor. Whatever next. Oh well. No crying over spilled milk. Dude seems menacing. Speaking of which, I'm quite the connoisseur. Arriving in Werlyt. Particular variety comes from a rare breed of cow, you know. Only 100 of them in existence, pampered every day of their lives. Yes, they are quite valuable, until their milk dries up, that is. When it does, they are sent to the slaughterhouse like the rest. For that is their lot and hearted. They have served their... Did I create the ruby and sapphire weapons that you deliver them get wrapped? I can see it now. Sid and Garland, rubbing his hands with at all the technological marvels we bestowed upon him. And you let Gaius van Belsar of all people get better of you? How dare you think this reflects on me? The legatus of the 7th Legion, humiliated by that traitor. Humiliated, I say. There's only one way to deal with worthless Why they gotta throw in the big words? It makes it hard to read. There's only one way to deal with worthless provincial filth like you. Wait for me in the correction chamber. You need to be taught a lesson in... It's interesting that they don't show his face. Yes. Heard. I almost kind of feel bad for him. I don't even remember his name. Forgive my intrusion, Lord Valens, but it's time for your meeting with the head of Magitech Development. Oh, how time flies when you're whipping soldiers into shape. Yes, I'll be along once I've made myself presentable. Can't have people thinking I've let my standards slip now. Oh, he angry. Oh, these poor kids. Cat. I feel like we should. What is this? Oh, that's his outfit. What are you doing here? Wish to see me, Lord Valens? Did I now? Ah, yes, that's right. So, you're Ally, yes? You joined the military of your own free will, along with your fellow orphan. Such devotion. Such devastation. Such devotion. An inspiration. You see, it is my firm belief that love grants us the power to move mountains, overcome any obstacle. Together, we shall discover the strength that lies within you. Take my hand, child. Show you the way. Uh-oh. Oh, she got a menacing look too. She's ready to commit full evil. It'd be cool to have like another female villain. Curious to know what becomes of Ally. Got thumbnail. Blood of Emerald. Sid's investigation in Turncliffe has led to startling revelation. Such revelations. Ah, it's good to see you, Gray. I'm pleased to report that Master Garland and the others uncovered a fair bit of useful information at the Imperial facility in Turncliffe. In fact, he'd like you to rendezvous with Gaius in the town square, where he'll reveal what they've found. Once you're ready to depart, your escort will lead the way. I really enjoyed that cutscene. I like when villains are on screen. I don't know what it is. I got a thing for villains, apparently. I feel like villains have such more creative stories and are far more interesting roles than like a protagonist, to be totally honest. I feel like most protagonists are like the same background of sorts, or like, I don't know, they just don't seem as interesting to me. Usually. But villains always have a good backstory. All set for the journey ahead? Yes. Talk to these two. Like, what do they got to say? It seems that Sid is not in the habit of saying the same thing twice. Must be why he has been waiting for you to arrive before revealing the results of his investigation. Though the Imperials may be gone, the scars they have left on this once peaceful town, will doubtless take many years. So I'm thinking becoming a villain. Oh, are you reaching your villain arc in life? I shouldn't be like chanting and praising that, but I mean, a villain arc would be kind of cool, right? Like you might like villains because they match more things about you than the protagonist. You saying I'm a villain? I swear one more mental breakdown I would be a villain. Okay, facts. True. No, villains are just so much more interesting. But like, I don't feel like I myself am a villain, but like, one more breakdown and I probably could be. Now that you are here, perhaps Sid will finally deign to dispense his findings. Severa, inform him of Gray's arrival. Villains have more of a humanistic feel to them, like they've been through a lot. Yeah, no, honestly, they kind of do. And I feel like they have a very interesting perspective on like the state of the world, humanity, politics, religion, all of that, you know. Doesn't necessarily make it right, but they just have very interesting perspectives on things. They just, the way they vision the world. I don't like world domination villains, though. I think that's kind of a lame trope to go with, but like, I don't know. Like in this game, Ascians are deemed as villains, but when you look at like what they're fighting for and what their goal is and their cause and all of that, I mean, if the game was told from their perspective, you'd think that the Scions are the enemy. So, I think it's just all about perspective sometimes. Alright, thanks for coming. So, what have you discovered? To tell the truth, we were lucky to obtain any information at all, considering the lengths to which the Imperials went in covering their tracks. You see, the hangar below was not just used to store the weapons. Oh, hangar, not hunger. The hangar below was not just used to store the weapons, but played a critical role in their creation. We now know the code names given to 3 of the weapons: Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Why do I feel like I'm either playing a Pokemon game or that fairy book that my sister used to read? Obviously, we are all familiar with the first 2. The third is something of an unknown quantity. At the very least, this confirms the existence of another of those abominations. At the very least, what are we waiting for? Let's go after it. Yeah, let's be go-getters. Problem lies in ascertaining its whereabouts. None of the locals have seen anything resembling a weapon being transported either by land or air. Which of course leaves only one option: the sea. According to what fragmented data we're able to recover, the Emerald weapon is equipped with aquatic capabilities, much like the Sapphire. Meaning that its escape from Turncliffe would have gone undetected and could potentially be anywhere by now. But if Afonso plans to have it absorb more primals, the logical choice would be Eorzea. Traveling by sea would allow him to circumvent the front line at Gimlet entirely. The Alliance must be alerted at once. Hold your chocobos, Severa. It seems that the Emerald weapon was still incomplete when the 7th Legion withdrew from Turncliffe. It's far more likely that it was transported to another facility in order to add the finishing touches. If your supposition is correct, that would narrow our search to but 2 possible locations: Castrum Marinum in the Bertano Sea and Castrum Occident in eastern Launiscea, both of which are known to harbor remnants of the 14th Legion, or former subordinates. Be that as it may, our objective is unchanged. Valdian, you and Severa make your way to the Castrum Occident, while Gray and I head for Castrum Marinum. Should we locate the Emerald weapon, we will give the signal to dispatch the G-Warrior and eliminate it before it can be activated. Sorry to disappoint you, but we're still repairing the damage it sustained during the encounter with the Sapphire weapon. While Allegan machinery has its uses, it's a bugger to find replacement parts in a pinch. We've actually been working to expand its already impressive arsenal, but the G-Warrior itself is in no fit state for combat. While I'm aware this is a far from adequate replacement, I can provide an Ironworks submersible. Oh no, not Ocean Gate! Oh no! He's going to provide the Titan! The Titan to fight Titan! The Emerald Titan! To help Gray and Gaius reach Castrum Marinum. Is it Marinum? I think I was saying Marinum. Whatever. Marinum, whatever. I'll have one sent ahead to Vesper Bay. Confirmed Sid works for Ocean Gate. Merciful, eh? I don't much like the sound of that. Me neither, but billionaires thought it was a great idea. It's a merciful A. I don't much like the sound of that. Perhaps Severa and I should count ourselves fortunate that our destination can be approached by land. I pray you have a safe journey. Watch yourself out there, Gray. It is time we departed. Let us make our way to Vesper Bay. Hey, Cog, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How are you? In the event that my attempt to bypass the castrum security fails, this submersible of SIDS had best be able to withstand Imperial weaponry long enough for us to escape. We'll see. I had fun in Niagara Falls, but I'm pooped today. Oh, I saw your pictures! Bro, I've been so busy today, I haven't had a chance to, like, really get caught up on Discord, but I did see your pictures. You know, sunburn! Oh no! Put some cold aloe vera on it. Better. As per Master Garland's instructions, the submersible is ready when you are. But before you depart, I've received some scraps of intelligence regarding your opponent from my colleagues. Apparently it uses some sort of levitating hand-like appendages, 6 of them in fact, though we're not quite sure what purpose they serve. It sounds like having eyes in the back of your head might come in handy, but that's all we know, I'm afraid. Have our thanks. After all, forewarned is forearmed. If the emerald weapon has indeed been transported to this castrum, it would need to enter via the dry dock. We shall do likewise. As one might expect, there are measures in place to keep out intruders, but the security system can be tricked into recognizing us as an Imperial vessel. That said, infiltrating the facility is merely the first step. Should the emerald weapon be activated, it is only a matter of time before the pilot uses Oversoul. We must silence the War Machina before this happens. In failing that, grant the poor soul at its helm the mercy of a swift death. Now, what was it like going to Niagara Falls? Like, I've only seen pictures of it. I've never, like, actually been there or anything, but I would love to go. I imagine it's, like, a crazy sight to see. Had these wounds healed more quickly, I could have gone with you, but I fear I would only slow you down. As such, I shall provide what support I can from afar. Whatever happens, the emerald weapon must be defeated at all costs. Oh! Dungeon time! Alright, let's go! Let's do this! Let's go! Let's do this! Alright. No clue what to expect with this fight. Going in blind. This is it. Emerald weapon. Oh wow, it's green. Would you look at that? I've been expecting you, hero of Eorzea. Look, Father, this is the power that we command. What is MT? Oh, main tank. Sorry, I don't do tank stuff very often, you know, so I forget what MT stands for. Music. I forgot to update my character plate thing, so I'm like not sideways. Oh well. Emerald shot. We'll find out. Oh god. Can I not follow the lines? Ah! This is so bad already! Oh my goodness! We're off to a great start! Oh, what? No! No! Oh my god! I wish I had a clip of every time I like fell off of a map just for a compilation. else do the work. I'll come back to life, and then, you know, I'll be 3. Oh, I probably should have waited for this to be done. Oh, this was bad. Poor timing. Ah! I didn't mess up my combo. Oh well. That is a tiny spot to stand on. What? I got hit by that. Oh boy. Not sure where to stand for this. What? Ah! No! Not me with 3 stacks. It's fine. This is fine. No! Damn it! Have I told you I'm really bad at games? I hope my dress being over here does not count as me getting hit. Okay, there we go. Looks like over here. I don't know where to stand. Pretty okay with this. Oh, it's not over. Ah! Okay. We did not fall off this time. You can't, not even you can beat the Empire's finest, activating whatever it was called. Now start combat data ready, initiating organic core override. I like that these text boxes feel very old school. Ali, Alphonse, this is goodbye. Rex, what have you done? He has become one with the machine. Ooh, this song! What is the meaning of this? Wait, that glow! Bear witness to the glory of the Empire. Woo, this is cool looking. Wow. This is Werlyt. At the time of the invasion, could the synthetic RSI be causing this? gotta do best. Great parsing. I thought I was doing okay because it was not in line with like the arrow thing. Did somebody kill me? Is that what it is? Did somebody kill the great parsing? E-girl? When in doubt, blame it on your party. That's my philosophy. Oh shit. Ugh. We talk about how like metal as fuck this song sounds. Oh man. Forward! Oh boy. What do we gotta do with this? Okay, they actually did okay with that attack. I really like the second phase song. This is really cool. I just realized I'm seeing it. Wait. Okay, over here. I don't know where to go. Oh, did we do it? That was actually pretty okay. That was actually pretty okay. We only died like 5 times. I think that was that's pretty good. I consider that a win. Yay! Yay! My first fight in my new glam. Yay! 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 Damn it! There we go. This is just the funniest death animation. This is better than like ragdolling. No! Messed it up. Boom! Yo, Cat Lord, thank you. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Thank you so much for playing Video Daily Cupcake. How are you? And also, Space Cat, thank you so much for the follow. It is much appreciated. Hi, welcome to my Labyrinth of Swords. I'm Queen Minotaurs. What is your favorite mythological creature? That is the Minotaur. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Do you play Final Fantasy 14? One more. Dang it. There we go. Can't stay, but I need my cupcake. I'll catch you all next time. Alright, sounds good, Cat Lord. Thank you so much for stopping by, even if it was just for a small moment. But it's good to see you in chat. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, and I'll catch you again later. Bye! Anyways, Space Cat, as you can see, Catlord here redeemed his daily cupcake and came in and claimed it. So, if you're interested, all you have to do for 1 sprinkle, aka channel point, you can redeem your daily cupcake. It is a great way to check in and just say hi whenever I go live. Even if you can't stick around, grab that cupcake and be on your merry way. Also, though, with that is a friendly competition amongst everyone in chat. Whoever has the most cupcakes by the end of the year will win a prize. So it's also just a fun little friendly competition thing that we've been doing. But yeah. Looks like Midgar Reactor. The text bubbles looked like something that you'd see in Final Fantasy VII too. Like some of the text chat bubbles or whatever. I thought that was cool. Okay, I'm leaving. Let's continue with this story. Thank you guys so much for helping out. Oh, I already left. Whoops. Whoops. Well, I guess I could see, like, over here, I guess, with that platform. Actually, yeah, you're right. It kind of does. This does give me some, like, Midgard platform vibes. Alright, let's talk to Gongaius. And so it ends. Why would Rex throw away his life for this? I did it for you, Daddy Gaius. You are right. If I am ever to learn the truth, I must concentrate on the task at hand. Of course, we do not need to wait for Sid's analysis to tell us whose combat data was used on this occasion. It galls me to think that my techniques and strategies could be so closely replicated. Nevertheless, the observations I made during the battle may yet prove useful. As a matter of fact, this was not the only information I was able to gather. I intercepted a signal that revealed the troops stationed here were permitted to withdraw, seemingly in return for the assisting of the 7th. They must have known that the Alliance would follow the Emerald Weapon here sooner or later and made good their escape. Meaning the way is now clear for Sid to inspect the War Machina's remains. We got here as soon as we could. Not that we could have done anything to prevent this tragedy. Killing another kid. From what we know, it seems that the Emerald Weapon was Elm for Elm, a great deal more powerful than the previous 2. If this is allowed to continue, who knows what sort of monstrosity the 7th Legion will conceive next. Nevertheless, Rey has once again proven herself capable of overcoming the worst of the Empire that the Empire has at its disposal. You may be relieved to hear that Castrum Occidens was free of anything resembling a weapon. Unfortunately, it was also devoid of any useful leads, and we came away empty. In all honesty, part of me wishes we had never found the Emerald Weapon. Perhaps then, Rex would not have been forced to make the ultimate sacrifice. I only hope that he is finally at peace. We'll do what we can to spare the others from sharing this fate. I and the Ironworks will search this place from top to bottom for clues as to the 7th Legion's plan. Before that, allow me to sweep the area for booby traps and the like. I would not put it past the Imperials to have left a few surprises for us. Agreed. I will go with you. With that in mind, I'll begin my examination of the Emerald Weapon. Carefully, that is. Another echo? Getting a lot of these in this side quest. Alphonse, you knew all this time, didn't you? Melisandre and Rykon too? Everyone except me? And you, Rex? Yes, that was the synthetic RSite system. Fusion between pilot and core is the key to Oversoul. And unless we use it, we don't have a chance of beating Father's newfound friends. They stand between us and the primals, without which the weapons will never reach their full potential. We thought that if you knew the truth about Oversoul, you'd try to stop us. Of course I would! But what I don't understand is why all of you are so willing to give your lives for the weapon project. What is it all for? It all began the day Father left. Without his guidance, his protection, Garleans lost any respect they once had for us. Their cruelty pales in comparison to Valen's. To him, conscripts like us are expendable commodities, an endless supply of test subjects for his twisted experiments. But no matter what they do to us, we will never lose hope. If it is the duty of the strong to lead the weak, we will become strong and protect those who cannot protect themselves. But, like, if you're dying, how are you protecting anybody? Weapon Project will give us the strength we need. We will create a world where people like us can live without fear or persecution. We want to see this new world for yourself, Allie. Even if we must give our lives to make it a reality. But why me? The years spent serving the Empire have changed us all, except you, Allie. Even after everything you've seen, you're still carrying an innocent girl we grew up with. More than any of us, you deserve a chance at happiness. That's why we all agreed. Allie, listen to me. Right now, the soldiers assigned to watch over us have been called away to the capital. Now is our chance to get you out of here. Then why don't you come with me? If Alphonse and I were to run away now, they'd only force others to take our place. Can't let that happen. Our way of upholding the ideals Father instilled in us. Our lives are a small price to pay for Werlyt's freedom. Oh, how can you expect me to leave you behind? I won't do it. We will forever be at your side, Allie. Rex, take her to the holding cells. No! Let me go! Dad, poor Allie. So win or lose, the plan is to hand over the castrum to Father. Is that right? Yes. They'll take Allie into their custody before the Garleans return, while you'll be free to pilot the Emerald weapon without her interfering. Can't let her hinder the completion of the weapon project. Counting on you, Alphonse. Don't let our sacrifice be in vain. Rex, have you forgotten what I told you? Mustn't use Oversoul. I can't lose you too. We both know I can't win without it. Besides, we need the combat data of the Emerald weapon fighting at its peak if we're to have any chance of perfecting the synthetic RSite system. You know I'm not the sort to do things by halves. Forgive me, Rex. Don't you worry about me. If this is where I meet my end, I'll do it with a smile on my face. The rest is up to you, Alphonse. Oh, Pepe, ocean. Ocean. The girl you spoke of, yes? Locked in a cell, but I saw no harm in letting her out. Can't say for certain, but it seems she's been through quite an ordeal. Why, Rex? Why? Gaius, once we've extracted the core, get back to Turncliffe for analysis. Perhaps she should come with us? No use in her staying here. He gets to save one kid. Smoking these smoky smokes. That copium? Severa is taking care of Allie, but it may be some time until her nerves have settled. If the vision you witnessed is indeed true, Afons and Rex locked her away for her own safety. If she is ready, I would know more of what her brother hopes to achieve and why he must resort to such desperate measures. Go sightseeing? Oh, okay. Allie's condition has improved somewhat, but she remains in a state of shock. Must give her more time to recover. There was one other thing that I thought you should know. When we checked for her injuries, we saw that her back is covered in welts and bruises. Who did this to her? That has to be, whatever that dude's name is. The dude that had the audacity to not even remember his people's names? Yeah. I have the audacity to not remember his name. Fuck that guy. But that guy, I bet he did it to her. He hits women. Tisk, tisk, tisk. It seems she was subjected to beatings on a regular basis, judging by the varied stages of bruising. I dare say this was the work of her Garlean masters. Speak as though you have seen this before. Seen? I have lived through it myself. Wow. The Garleans hate women. They beat them. That's bad. I was born in Werlyt. 23 summers passed. Mother was a local woman, but my father was a pure-blooded Garlean and a member of the occupying forces. Though I know very little about him, his rank afforded me imperial citizenship. His acknowledgement of our familial ties was the extent of the responsibility he took for bringing me into this world. Still, it is more than can be said for most of his ilk. My mother and I were shunned by the people of Werlyt. Treated us as badly as the Garleans did, if not worse. I thought that if I were to become an imperial soldier, my position might somehow deter those who would cast scorn on my mother, only out of fear. So I joined the army. The acceptance I earned was but temporary, however. My superiors were quick to blame my perceived shortcomings on my savage lineage. Rather than waste time on official court-martials, they administered their own form of corporeal punishment. I was eventually assigned to the 7th Legion and fought under Xenos Yegalvis in Alamigo. Wow! Whoa! She used to be under Xenos! In the chaos that followed our defeat, I seized the opportunity to flee Werlyt. While it was never much of a home, it was all I had. Nothing could prepare me for what awaited. Damn. She has served some, interesting leaders. My mother had for many years suffered from poor health and relied on medicine to keep her alive. In my absence, the Garleans had denied her treatment, claiming that it would be wasted on savages. By the time I could return to her side, there was not I could... Damn, that's so sad. There was nothing left for me in Werlyt. I would be punished for desertion if the Imperials discovered the reason for my return, and I was never accepted by my so-called countrymen to begin with. I ran as far as my legs could carry me. It was then that I met Gaius. So that is the truth of it. Other than a few scant details, I knew not of your past. It sickens me to think that I once fought under the same banner as such vile creatures. I had always believed it to be the duty of the strong to lead the weak, yet there are those who become drunk on the power afforded by their station, prey on the ones they should protect. Like a canker, this corruption has spread to every part of the Empire. Yeah, because of you. Even those with Garlean blood, myself, are subjected to their cruelty. They hold particular contempt for the Aura, an easy target for abuse, being so few in number. Perhaps, like me, Ally thought she could be spared such treatment once she joined the army. Alas. I only hope that with time, Ally can put the past behind her and make a new life for herself. But for now, all we can do is wait for her delirium to subside. It is Valden's turn to keep watch. Let us ask him if there has been any change. Advise that we go sightseeing. So let's go for a little stroll. This place is beautiful. I really, really like the architecture here. Imagine having a cute little house like this. Can we, like, get in there? No. Ah! I accidentally hit a button. Knows. I'll just take it. Oh, man, I missed what the chat bubble said. I almost be posing. I wish I knew how to RP walk keyboard, but I don't. I wish you could, like, go into the town. Ah! Look at that! Oh, this is a cute little window. I feel like kind of cute. I don't know. Let's see. Stop doing that. Why are you doing that? Stop it. Oh, it's on cooldown. What's going on with that? Damn it. That's one way to pose, right? I don't know. Can I get her to look up? This could actually be kind of an interesting picture. Oh, she's not gonna look up because she's like... Which one do I like to do? Oh, okay. Go back to normal. This one. I want her to look up. This is dumb. I don't want this pose. Can you, like, not do that? Sure, we'll roll with that. Kinda does look like a caster, doesn't it? That bush just like kind of fuck off for a second, please. Which one do I like? That one. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's kind of an interesting filter. I kind of like this. I haven't, like, all honesty, I haven't messed too much with G-pose. self-portrait. Like a little self-portrait. Cute. I think it is. Oh, I'm not very good at G posing. This is the best I got. Wonder if I can get one with like leaves. That looks like. Find some other little... That's cool to know that there's triple triad here. Can you come here like whenever you want? Maybe. I would assume so if they have the triple triad, right? But then there's no, like... But, like, I don't know how to... I'd have to look and see how to get to Turncliffe. Yes. Splash, splash, splash! I'm looking for G-posing spots, don't judge me. Like, this little lighting's kind of cute. Like a cute little chillin' pose, maybe? Gotta show that thigh. See? Like, that's kind of a cute picture, right? Well, you can see my undies. Okay, let's not do that. There we go. See, kind of a cute picture. Oh, we got the foot extended. I kind of like this. Where did I do that weird border thing at? Right here. I don't know. Dude, I kind of like this little, like, dark filter around me. Sorry. I'm not trying to take up everyone's time G-posing, but, you know. I feel like this is, you know, cute photo moments. Again, though, I'm not very good with the G-posing. I make her stand up. No, I'd have to exit that, I guess. Emo. Make them change. I wish you could make them change poses, like, while in G-pose. I feel like that would be nice. Winky face. Winky face. Burrow. Hook her up. I wish these doors were lit up. Kind of an interesting background. I don't like that as a background. I don't know. This place is very quaint, but then I'm also like, I want to go into the town. But like, you know, like this is a nice little lighting here. The background's like kind of. Wait, let me in! Let me in! housing here. I feel like this would be kind of cute. Let's just continue the story. Enough of wasting time with the G posing. Talk to everyone every time I can. Oh, you talking to everybody? Most of the 7th Legion troops stationed here withdrew before you arrived. I expect they're regrouping somewhere and getting ready to retake the town. I even heard one of the members of the weapon project is still hiding somewhere in the town. Those Garlean bastards are finally gone. All thanks to you. My husband died defending our town when they first invaded. For all the years since, I felt like he died for nothing. Now, his soul might at last find peace. Am I allowed to sit? Let me sit. Can I, find that real quick. A cute little picture with her. Look at me. The Warrior of Light What? There. Warrior of Light also gives advice in our free time. That's how we feel. We console the people and we give advice. I'll post these pictures in my Discord if I feel like they're worthy of posting in the Discord. But for now, they're just sitting in a little archive folder area thing that I have. Do you want any other angles? Whatever angle I could get. Oh, hold on. Annoying. I feel like this is actually kind of funny. Hold on. Okay, I want a picture of this too. We're like annoyed with her. Wait, your husband died. Okay. There's not like a console. Face might be the best face. Guess we can add. Great faces, best. Enough of the devotion. Back to talking to everybody. What do you want with me, lass? Me? Not much to tell, and even less worth knowing. These days I go about my daily business trying not to bother anyone. Another sad old man, all alone and dying of, well, doubt you'd even care if I told you. I used to call myself a doctor, not that I was much good at it. The epidemic came 10 years ago. I was powerless to stop it, despite all my years of experience in fancy medicines. For everyone I saved, I lost a dozen more. Worse than that, I let those Garlean bastards push me around, tell me who to treat and who to leave to their fate. As a result, I only saw to the Imperials, while my kith and kin died in agony. Being far to the south of Werlyt, perched atop the cliffs, there was never much reason for anyone to travel here. Being by the sea is all well and good, but we're simply too high above the water to benefit much from it. Gulls and terns don't seem to mind, though. Most of the townsfolk are either Hurrian natives or are oh, is this where I'm from? Because my girl's a Hurrian. Who found their way over the years. They all lived side by side peacefully enough before the Garleans came and thrown to everything. There wasn't much we could do to stop them. Those who fought back were soon put to the sword. Once the invasion was complete, the Imperials started digging down into the rock and built a supply depot for their blasted airship. The experiments were a more recent development. Of course, none of us civilians... I have Oliver over here trying to, like, bite my arm. Of course, none of us civilians were privy to what it was they were working on. I expect that that'll all come to light now that the bastards have all turned and fled with their tails between their legs. We've got you and yours to thank for that, even if it's only a temporary respite. See? Little butt munch over here trying to bite my arm. Pets. Got a little ollie pop in my lap. See if he'll let me use my keyboard. I've been separated from my family ever since I was forced into the army. But I was able to sneak away in the confusion. I've got you and your friends to thank for that. Hey. The main concern is that Legatus Valens won't take this lying down. That man is like a dog with a bone. Once he sinks his teeth in, he never lets go. He'll be back, I'm sure of it. Why are you trying to bite me? Head pads. Unfortunately, I need both of my hands. Else to talk to? This lift leads down to the storage area where the weapons were kept. Unfortunately, the Imperials didn't leave an awful lot behind for us to investigate, but they did give us a place to carry out maintenance on the G-Warrior. In fact, I can take you down there for a closer look if you're interested. Do I say yes to this? Do I want to go down there? Why not? Whoa. That's crazy looking. That is a lot of options here. Guess we'll ask about it. We first discovered it at Azizla. It was in a far worse state than it is now. Different color, too. As for its intended purpose, we believe it was developed to combat primals or similar threats. All of these parts deemed unnecessary have been removed, and we've made several adjustments to improve stability and overall safety. As a result, however, stop biting me. He's biting my feet. It might be. Yeah, it might be that dungeon. Okay. As a result, however, we had to limit its capabilities to some degree. We can't afford to repeat the mistakes made by the Guardians of the Ultima weapon, who we believe employed knowledge obtained from the Ascians. After all, we know how that ended. You might also be relieved to hear that Master Werlyt has introduced a pilot recognition system, so that only those given prior permission by the Ironworks can operate it. Think of it as a precaution should the enemy get any ideas about stealing it from us. The two sensors on the front of the head work in much the same way as the eyes of living creatures, sending visual information to the pilot. This horn-like protrusion was one of several additions we made ourselves. It's for picking up link pearl signals, not for ramming an enemy. Still, if push comes to shove, I dare say it could be used to make a last-ditch attack. Compared to the original design, the outward appearance is largely the same, but we've carried out a number of improvements. The manipulators, or hands you might call them, were originally created to claw at the enemy. We modified them to allow the use of various weapons, such as the ethereal saber. Oh, that sounds cool. Ah, I'm glad you noticed. The boosters were built entirely by the Ironworks to allow for low-altitude flight and increased maneuverability. They're currently unsuited to being used over long distances, hence the need to have the G-Warrior transported by airship. Another area we're hoping to improve in future iterations. Whoa! Ah! Oh, okay. Oh wait, can you change your poses? Please stop. Ollie. Wait. No. Ollie, stop. Okay, get up. What? You keep trying to bite me. It's a baby. I don't know if y'all can see them. No, y'all can't see. Over here. He's trying to bite me. Because I'm not giving him pets. Go to sleep. Go to sleep and nap. Get sleepy kitty. Can you like adjust the camera on this? Shrimp, I got this thing, you know, blocking. There's some wording on my screen that I can't get rid of, if you know what I mean, Shrimp. And it's ruining the photo. Alright, well, we got some cool pictures. You keep laughing at him? Yeah, sure, I guess we're done. If I go back over here... Can I... Okay, it doesn't let you, like, adjust the camera angles. I wish it let you adjust the camera angles. Oh, try 0 on the number pad? Zero is not doing anything. Ouch. default keybind for confirm? I think confirm. Return. Oh, that's cool. I was trying to move the camera for a better picture, but it won't let you adjust the camera angle. Ready to return to Garabania? Though you have overcome the emerald weapon, it is hardly cause for celebration. Another young life cut short. Rex's death is on my hands, not yours. Would that this confrontation had been averted, but alas, it was not to be. What is that? Hyrule Cheeks. Hyrule Cheeks? Which emote? I like that. I have not seen that before. What? You have that? You have that Twitch emote too? Oh, the play dead emote. Oh. But how are you laying face down? That's not how I play dead. Realized. Vote list? Oh, that is play dead. Oh, I never actually paid attention. Okay, it's not the same though. The Twitch emote has an accentuated booty, and it's literally called Pyru Cheeks. Play dead does not have a booty. That is a flat pancake butt. Laying face down, okay? Not the same thing. Y'all need to get y'all eyes checked. I suppose you're here to ask about Allie. Is she well enough to speak with us? As her condition has improved somewhat, I would say so, provided you do not cause her any undue distress. Wait here. You got your cheeks out? Look. You play dead. It's like face down, ass up. As her condition has improved somewhat, I would say so, provided you do not cause her any undue distress. Wait here. Okay. Allie, I'm so sorry. What happened to Rex? My fault. Lysandria and Rykon too. They died because of me and my foolish ambitions. Father, no! This cannot go on. Please, Allie, you must tell me all you know. Of course. First, I need to know what became of you and your siblings after we were parted. What just happened? Like a lifetime ago. After your disappearance, we were all assigned to the reformed 7th League. At first, each legatus was quickly replaced by the next, until eventually a man named Valens Van Varo was given command. He was sent from the capital, but before that, he was a specialist in experimental magitech weaponry. We later discovered that he was ordered by Emperor Varus to complete a project involving anti-primal war weapons. But after the Emperor's death, he was free to employ whatever methods he saw fit, and his greed for power only grew. Some even say he was planning to use the power of the weapons to lay claim to the throne. But I think there is another reason for his obsession with the weapon project. Not that he'd ever tell anyone. He's always muttering to himself, and I've been able to put the pieces together. He's jealous of you, Father. Valens Van Varo. Must admit, only recently that I first heard that name. Valens used his knowledge of Magitech to devise various military strategies. He was given a position in the army and quickly rose through the ranks. That was until one man stood in his way. You, Father. He was one of the candidates to lead the new 14th Legion, but that role fell to you. After that, he was assigned to serve under a far more gifted engineer, Nero. Ooh! Okay. Who was in charge of restoring the Ultima weapon. Valens has resented you ever since, going so far as to oppose the ideals you upheld. Where you treated those who serve the Empire based on merit rather than their race or origin, Valens is adamant that pure-blooded Garleans are superior to all others. Sounds, a little like Hitler. It never ceases to amaze me how far some will go in the name of revenge. All that hatred, festering away. Good could ever come of it. So the marks on your body are his handwork? Well, don't feel ashamed. Yes, the Valens are no more than fodder for his experiments. Playthings on which they can vent their frustration. Every day is filled with nothing but... If I had remained in Garlemald, you would have never been forced to endure this abuse. Not your fault, Father. We could have fled from Valens if we wanted to. After all, we're expendable at least. Truth is, exactly why we couldn't run. In saving ourselves, we would be condemning others. But if we were to stay, to see the weapon project to its completion, we would gain the power to defeat Valens, the Empire itself, freeing the world from its tyranny. That way, we might start afresh and find a place we can call home. Not just for us, but for anyone who wishes to live in peace. You would give your lives for a future you may not live to see. We took courage from your teachings, Father. Strong must lead the weak. You would gain that strength by whatever means necessary. We will fight for the sake of those who cannot. But we knew that you never consent to our participation in the weapon project, which is why we couldn't turn to you for help. As the pilots were the only ones who are able to stop Valens, we know just how powerful the weapons are. He would use them to bring the world to its knees. And his masterpiece is the worst of them all. Who tells? Spill the tea! Allie, if only I could get my hands on it, then I could save Alphonse and all of Werlyt. Father, I know you and Alphonse stand on opposing sides of this conflict, but there must be some way you can help him. He may have called you our enemy before, but he never meant it. He still loves you, Father, for everything he aspires to be. I have failed him. Failed you all. But I refuse to abandon him to his fate. I will free him from Valens if it is the last thing I do. Thank you. He needs you. Now more than ever. Listen, Allie. I once sought the strength to rebuild the world as I saw fit. The Ultima weapon was born not to create, but to destroy. Alphonse must not follow in my footsteps. I know all too well where they lead. Do all I can to help your brother. Pray, tell me where he is. Sorry, I don't know where he could be. In that case, I shall have the Alliance dispatch scouts. Wherever he is, we will find him. As for you, Allie, you must stay here and rest. Wait, you're the one who fought Rex, Rykon, and Melisandre, aren't you? You're the ones who threatened your homeland. You only did what you had to do. I have no right to ask this of you, but... lend my father your strength. Save Alphonse. I know now why they call you hero. Afons, I'll do what I must to free you, even if it means going against Father's wishes. But I have a good feeling about this new friend. Severa, see that she has everything she needs. Our allies must be informed of these troubling events. May I ask you to relay this news to the troops in Carabania? Your loving father act may fool the others, Gaius, but not me. For every life you've saved, you've ended 1,000 more. Or is this your idea of redemption? Call it what you will. For all my transgressions, I believe I still have a part to play. Was I wrong to spare you that day? Will you honor your word? Seems the time has come for the Black Wolf to show his true colors. True color. That's why I love you. Don't be afraid. I forget actually how that song goes. I think I said it right. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it here. Oh, you know what? Here, let's at least turn in the quest. Let's at least turn in the quest. And then we'll call it. Received word of your victory over the Emerald Weapon. I expect it was another fine display on your part. Not that any of us were there to see it. For that reason, we'd be grateful if you could give us a blow-by-blow account, if you wouldn't mind. Good grief, it sounds like you had an awful lot to contend with. Rather you than me. I'll add this to our ever-growing stack of reports. Should anyone wish to review this information ahead of the next routine. Now, if I may say so, it looks like your ordeals have taken their toll. We'll let you know if anything requires your attention, but until then, be sure to get some rest. Oh? Got a cutscene? Meanwhile, in the 7th Legion's correction chamber. Three weapons. 3 pitiful displays of it. Ugh. Matters worse. Your prime candidate. Precious as is. I don't know what noises that would be, but I'm trying here. And who should she go crawling to but that swine Gaius? For everything I've done for her. This is how she repays me. Older brother, your responsibility to instill some. You failed miserably. Well, don't just stand there, boy. Oh, of course. It's your first time, isn't it? Come along. Need to be shy. Burn his face instead! Ew! He's hideous looking. Why has he got like a Beatles haircut? Got like that mop top hair. You see, something wicked has taken hold of a young man, and it's our job to clear his troubled spirit. They look painful. Only way, I assure you. He'll be ever so grateful. Want to get better, don't you? Poor kid. It's a good boy. Now, we try again, shall we? Burn out the bad. 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 I feel like we're like a cheerleader. Gosh. Kids are gonna need some serious therapy. Burn out the bad. Ah! You sick fuck! Well done. All made father proud. Very proud indeed. As for you, I thought you were a cut above the rest of the savagery. But it appears I was mistaken. Since you allowed that wretched sister of yours to escape, it falls to you to act as her. I choose you as the next pilot. Your mission is simple. Kill Gaius Van Balsar. Ever it takes. And if you so much as entertain the idea of betraying me again, I'll exterminate every last one. Like the vermin they are. Dude, got some crazy eyes. This. Having that said, you will be forcibly initiating Oversoul by using Xenos' combat data, or whatever scheme you may be hatching. Never come to pass. All you need to do is sit back and let the synthetic Arsite system do the work, with you as its conduit. Thank me for allowing you to become part of my masterpiece. Worthless existence. Finally have some semblance of... Lord Valence, preparations for the Oversoul trial are complete. Await your orders. This kid looks like Xenos 2.0 or something. Like he's gonna turn evil. Splendid. Never a dull moment around here. Now then, boys. I'd like to see something special. Come along, everyone. Father has secrets to share with you. All thanks to the sacrifices, siblings. Finally, the weapon will be mine to command. It has reached perfection. Unstoppable. First Valens. Then the Empire itself will fail. At last. Don't you need to get rid of Xenos first? And do they not know that Fan is like roaming around? So like they also have him to deal with too? Father, keep Allie safe. Whole family! It's all of them! Hello, Sandia, Icon, Rex. I'll see this through. Till then, watch over. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Fandango either. I keep wanting to call him Fandango though. Ah! What is he going to do with them? So, is it ready or not? Trial sequence has been primed, sir. Then get on with it. Initiating synthetic R-Sight system. Loading diamond weapon simulation. This dude looks innocent. What the hell? What's going on? Oh my god, he has no idea. You're helping us with a little research is all. Whatever your name is. Time has come for you to contribute to the glory of Garlemald. This isn't what we agreed. You said that if I took part in the experiment, you'd let my family go. No, he's gonna straight up like sacrifice this dude in front of his family? Not even sacrifice, no, murder this man in front of his child and his wife? God damn, this is so traumatic. I like that we're getting like full inside like scope of what really goes on behind the walls of the Empire. You have Xenos' data loaded, yes. Activate Oversoul and be quick about it. Understood, Lord Valens. Galva's combat sample ready. Initiating organic core overwrite. This is like traumatic. Ah! My mind is no. If this is what it takes to protect you both, I love you. I'm so sorry. What? You know, the crazy thing is like, not even Emmett did shit like this. Where is my grave? Organic core overwrite complete. Xenos and Galvis data loaded. These buffoons are so brainwashed too. Contributing to the sadistic cause. This subject is instinctively bound to seek out prey right from the outset. Regardless of the combat prowess it may boast, I need an obedient servant, not a ravenous people. Enough. Shut it down. Deactivating synthetic R-Sight system. I'm scared to know what's inside that. Oh man. I can't imagine like what these two are like experiencing right now. How revolting. What a mess it makes of the cockpit. Adjust the settings and prepare for another run. Fortunately, I have the next test subject ready and... Wow! But sir, you agreed to release his family in exchange for his cooperation. Wow, he's just laughing in her face. My. Never knew you had such a wonderful sense of humor. Great Valens Van Varo bargaining with savages? More fool him for trusting me in the first place. This dude reminds me a lot of Negan from The Walking Dead. Dear Lord! That is one of the most intense cutscenes I think I've ever seen in this entire game so far. Also, this chocobo is really pretty. Guy's a huge shitbag. This is fucked. Yeah, you're right. This questline is very dark. It involves, like, child abuse, sadistic experimentation, racism, literally straight up calling these people savages? Jesus! There's just a lot to unpack in all of this. This is wild. Not in a good way. Like, I guess we never really fully saw, like the day-to-day life of Xenos. But I'm pretty sure he does some equally fucked up shit too. Like, obviously he's a part of these experiments, right? Like, they keep mentioning his name and stuff. So, like, obviously he's a part of these experiments. But, like, you really see, like, the day-to-day typical mindset of this dude. And it is just, like... he's awful. I want this mop-top hair dude to freaking die. Just be gone. Give him the black rose. Good riddance. Oh boy, that is a heavy way to end tonight.